Suhana.
Thanks, Colleen. Canadian soldiers who served in Afghanistan have given a special thank you to an Alberta man because of his web page. Here it is coming up for you. Now, we've also got the address in case you want to check this out yourself. As you can see, it honors the 4 soldiers killed by that American bomb. The site was created by Joseph Green. He joins me now from Edmonton. Joseph, how did you come up with this idea for the website?
Well, good morning, Canada. Good morning, Suhana.
Good morning, Joseph.
Hi. I came up with this website as a mechanism to help support the soldiers of 3rd Battalion PPCLI and the Canadian people as a whole to help express themselves as a nation. And in that tragic accident that claimed 4 of our soldiers, I just felt that I had to do something on behalf of you know, the average Canadian. And I just happen to possess a skill set that allows for that to happen. And sorry.
Now, the reaction to it, you must have been surprised because you got so many hits.
Oh my dear Lord, yes. When I launched the website, first let me give you a little bit of background here. I'm a professional multimedia web designer, and I'm based here in Edmonton. And when I first heard about the soldiers getting killed, I felt like I immediately had to do something. So I went out and I plastered all the trees on 97th Street. There was a middle boulevard there with yellow ribbons all the way between 111th Ave and 118th Ave. Then I developed this website, and then I sent it to every Liberal MP in Canada. And that's not to marginalize any other political party, because this is a Canadian issue. This is very much a Canadian issue. It's not any kind of political issue whatsoever. And I sent it out, and within the first couple days, I was just blown away by the response, because everybody just leapt onto it.
Yeah.
And it went from about 1,500 hits a day for the first 2 or 3 days. Then it was like 10,000 hits, 10,000 hits, 10,000 hits. And I'm sitting back, I'm like, whoa, all right, this is growing exponentially, and it was just phenomenal.
And what was the reaction? So, I have to move you along here and ask what the reaction was from the Canadian soldiers in Afghanistan when they found out what you were doing.
Well, immediately following the posting of the website, I was contacted by Major Mark Campbell in Afghanistan. And first of all, I'd like to say hello to Lieutenant Colonel Pat Stogren, Major Mark Campbell, Captain Doucette, and Second Lieutenant Thomas. They came back at me, and they were just blown away by the amount of work that I did, because the single book of condolence expanded into 16 books of condolences, and it was amazing. I had 85,000 hits and over 9,500 entries in the guest book alone.
Wow.
And yeah, it's phenomenal. And as a result, I don't know if you could see this, but
let's see it. Can you hold it up?
I have the flag right here, and in fact,
now, this is a flag that you got from the Canadian soldiers in Afghanistan. What did they do?
Oh, they autographed the entire flag for me, and they flew it over their base in Kandahar. And I was just blown away, because I don't know if you could see it, but there's a little bit of Afghani dust on this flag, and I'm just honored to be the recipient of this flag. And it's just a stupendous honor. And
you know, that must have just made your heart swell, because you did this not knowing how it was going to turn out, and here you are, an honorary member of the battalion, and receiving such great accolades from the soldiers.
It was absolutely an amazing experience, and one thing that when I went there to receive the flag, I felt as though I had to give something to the battalion on behalf of all the Canadians. And there's a poem here by Neil J. MacDonald, which I printed off and I presented to the battalion, and I'd like to read it if I may. It's a poem by Neil J. MacDonald, and it's dedicated to Sergeant Mark Leger, Corporal Ainsworth Dyer, Private Nathan Smith, and Private Richard Green, and it's entitled By Their Base at Kandahar. The least likely demise to which a warrior might aspire has to be the death by friendly fire. Such a sudden tolling of a grievous knell emphatically proves that war is hell. Death in Afghanistan away so far, south of their base at Kandahar. Not as glorious as Kapyong Hill, but a warrior's death still. It won't be a memory as well kept as the sad saga of the raid on Dieppe. Even Vimy Ridge and Passchendaele left legends that still prevail. But, like Ortona and the Scheldt, these are wounds that must be felt. Now in our time of national grief, we must remember the red maple leaf. They wore it proudly, these PPCLI, knowing too one day they too might die. And so I hope, in the Warriors' Eternal Choir, will Leslie sing Leger, Green, Smith, and Dyer. And
Joseph
that's a poem
Green,
by Neil J. McDonald.
I thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on receiving the flag.
Thank you so
Good
much.
on you.
And thank you very much. And I'd like to invite everybody in Canada to come to the website, because I am going to be shutting down the Book of Condolence upon their return.
Okay.
And I will be presenting it to the battalion and the families.
Good on you. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure. Good morning, Canada.
After the break, we'll meet a mother and daughter who have been invited to greet the Pope.